Hello everybody, my name is Brennan Dunbar and I'm looking forward to working with you in this brand new Digital Graphic Design 20 course. This is a new course I developed for the online learning secondary, and it's based roughly on existing graphic arts 20 classes as well as some more digital techniques that you might see in, say, more of a Photoshop class or other classes that use computers for design work. This class is going to be offered both as a quarterly option and as a semester option, so make sure that you are registered in the right one. The quarterly classes typically run, 2.5 months, and the expectation is that students will be willing to put in 2 to 2.5 hours per day on their study because of the compressed schedule and due dates. In a semester course, time requirements are very similar to what you would see in a physical building, where you're spending an hour a day on the course. You're just going to be doing it at your desk at home or wherever you live, instead of in the classroom. So what I want to do with this video is just give you a brief introduction to the course and take you through some of the basics of the Blackboard online learning system, which is what we use for all of the online courses at Online Learning Secondary. So without further ado, I'm looking forward to going through some of this with you and helping you get started on the path to creating some of your own artistic visions using software and hardware. I'm just going to minimize a web browser, and I'm going to enter student preview mode so that you see what you should see when you log into the Blackboard system. I'm going to default the home page for the course to the announcements page. I may not put up an announcement every day, but it's a good starting place just to make sure that I haven't posted any additional information about assignments or dates for due dates or quizzes or anything like that. Not a bad place to start. This is the first time that you are entering the class. I want you all to go to the Start Here tab on the left menu, and in there you're going to find a lot of information that's going to help you navigate the course and set yourself up for success. First thing I want you to do is I want you to go to a Google form. Just take a couple minutes to let me know a little bit about you, let me know you a little bit better and how you learn, and just give us some basic information that I can work with to help you meet your learning goals. Additional helpful startup information is I've got a complete list of the assignments in this course as a PDF, and also a pacing calendar, which will be different for depending on whether you're taking the quarterly course or the semester course. And these two documents I recommend you print off and use them to help you maintain an appropriate pace for the class, make sure you're not missing any assignments, and to help you organize your workload. Students have reported in the past that these are very, very helpful for them to keep themselves accountable and make sure they don't miss anything, and track through the dates and the assignments to make sure that there isn't a big rush at the end of the quarter or semester to hand in work. So the list of the assignments, just a PDF with checklist, broken out in order. So start at the top, work your way down to the bottom, separate it out into units. It shows you the marks for each, and it's just got a little checkbox if you want to check it off digitally or print it off and fill it in manually. Not required, but again, recommended. There's also a pacing calendar, and in this pacing calendar, which also has its own separate menu item, it's going to show you the important dates in the class on a calendar form, just to help you keep organized and help you stay on top of your work in the course. There's a lot of projects and a lot of concepts in the course, so particularly in the quarterly version, it's very, very important that you schedule your work at home and your learning at home so that you don't fall behind. It's certainly a lot to catch up on if you are in the habit of missing time or not putting in the required time for the course. So students in other courses have definitely told me that this is a valuable learning tool for them, and they just print it off and they kind of cross off the days as they go and make sure that they're keeping pace on the course. So the way that these calendars are set up is they're color-coded to show you what days we might have live meetings. So those would be live learning sessions where I would take the existing learning materials and videos and tutorials and just go a little deeper and answer questions and help you practice those skills so that you're ready for the projects and assignments. With regard to the color coding, anything that's white is just an independent work period, which means you are on your own to work through the learning materials. There's lots of learning materials in video form and some off-site resources, access to free software, PDFs, things like that. And you can treat this as a very self-directed course as long as you are understanding the skills and understanding the concepts, theory behind the skills. You can feel free to move as far ahead as you want, as long as you feel like you're doing the work well and you're meeting your goals. But I will have live meeting sessions every week. This calendar is subject to change, but the green boxes are going to indicate days when we will have live meetings. We meet in a virtual classroom, very much like a Zoom conference. It allows you to use webcam, microphone, chat window, however you're comfortable communicating with me. And I will often have the main screen as my screen, so you can follow along with what I'm doing. So I'll show you where that is in a second, but that's what the green days are. Anything that's gray obviously has no school marked on it. That's a day that you're not expected to be working on the course. They're mostly holidays and PD days, things like that, days where teachers aren't in physical schools. Everything that is marked in, highlighted in yellow, those represent due dates. So make sure you pay attention to those. I do have a little flexibility with regard to due dates, but I don't want students to get in the habit of continually handing things in late, because that just backloads work to the end of the quarter, and it tends to cause more stress and anxiety when you're trying to hand a bunch of things in at once. And also the quality of the work goes down because you just don't have the same amount of time to spend to it. So do stay on top of those due dates, the highlighted ones. And then also in blue, I'm going to have informal come and go drop-in sessions, completely optional. If you're struggling with a skill, a piece of software, a concept, it's just an opportunity for you to drop in and maybe get a little one-on-one help. Hopefully we can work through whatever issue you're having, and then you can just sort of go back on your way. So students do appreciate those as well. And I will set up a day and revise the calendar to make sure that you understand exactly what times and days those help sessions are on. But that's how the calendars are going to be color-coded. And again, this is the quarterly version, so you can see there's a lot of stuff to do every day. The semester version will be spread out a little bit more, as you will have a longer calendar period to complete the course during the traditional semester times. So starting in June, ending at the end of, starting in September, ending at the end of January, and then the second semester would beginning of February to the end of the school year in June. There's a My Grades section that you can use, or that you will use, to keep track of the assignments that you've submitted, and also the feedback and marks that I've given you on the assignments. When you submit an assignment, it is strictly through the website, so I won't be accepting assignments via email or any other source. You will have to upload, physically upload or digitally upload your files so that I can review them, and I can mark feedback either right on the file or in my marking system, so you understand the concepts and are able to continually improve your work throughout the semester. If you've handed something in, there will be little icons over here to indicate to you whether it's been handed in or not, and whether it's been marked or not, and the feedback is available. And then when it does receive a grade, you'll see the percentage grade there as well. So you can actually click right into your assignments and see the feedback that I've either written right on the page or anything that I've typed out. So that's going to be an important section for you. Live sessions are in the aptly named Live Sessions Here menu link. You click into there, and it's going to give you just one option. There is one Graphic Arts 20 course room. You click into that, and then you click Join Course Room, and it'll bring you into the aforementioned virtual meeting space where we can discuss things. I can set separate breakout rooms if I need to meet with students one-on-one or small groups. And it's all pretty intuitive. Anything that we do as a live session is going to be recorded, and I will also post that information or post those sessions within the learning materials, because it is additional learning, knowledge, and practice that you can use. Any of the one-on-one sessions I may record, but I certainly wouldn't post any one-on-one sessions for anyone other than you and me to see. So those are just recorded so that I might be able to give you a link later if you forgot what we went over or forgot how to do it. So that's how the live sessions are going to work. And then the rest of the items on the main menu here are each unit of the course. So when you click into Unit 1, Fundamental Elements and Principles of Design, the first thing you're going to see is our goals for the unit, and then at the bottom you'll see Lessons and Projects. Lessons and Projects is where all the main learning materials are located. So you're going to see things like PowerPoints, you're going to see videos, and there is a menu up here that you can use to click through each section. So there's PowerPoint on this page, the next one, okay, there's a video regarding graphic design and what it is and what it is not. And some student examples from this course when I taught it in a physical building, just to show you the sort of things that we can work on in this course. Then for the fundamental elements of design and principles of design, I've made some PowerPoints to take you through that. And then there's quiz number 1. All the quizzes online, you just click to launch, and most of them are multiple choice and or short answer type of questions, and you can just do them right in Blackboard. Hit submit when you're done, and I'll get a notification that there's a quiz to be marked. Assignments that require hand-ins, such as this one, we're going to design a student card for online learning secondary as our sort of intro assignment. And you'll have details on the assignment here, you'll have examples, you will often have templates that you can use and logos. I'll just link to everything in the assignment, make sure you have the information you need. And when you're ready to submit your finished version or versions, at the bottom there's assignment submission. You just click Browse Local Files, go to your computer, make sure you're saving everything in your computer, find the file or files. You can hold down Shift or Control and click as many as you want. Hit Open, and you'll notice it adds those digital files to the assignment. We haven't handed it in yet, but we've added files. You could also go back into Browse and add as many files as you want that way as well. When you are satisfied with your assignment, at the bottom here, there's a save draft if you're not quite done and you want to come back to it later. And there's also a submit. You can add any comments you want in addition to your files, but certainly that's just optional, or if you need me to know something specific. When you hit submit, you're going to get a message that says you've successfully submitted these documents. Okay, so that's the purple message. You can see that it shows you the date that you handed it in, the exact time you handed it in, so there's no chance that we lose anything. You can actually browse your files on the screen, and I get a notification that this student has handed something in, so I need to go look at it and provide some feedback and a grade and make sure that they can see it in my grades area. The grades for this course will be updated more or less in real time on our Blackboard system, so you should be able to have a pretty good idea of what your grades are for each assignment and perhaps an overall progress grade in Blackboard. But students only have access to Blackboard, whereas students, parents, guardians have access to our EDSB system. So my goal is going to be to post assignment due dates on EDSB as well as update the grade book in EDSB every Friday afternoon so that parents and guardians can keep track of what the assignments are, what to do, when it's due, what's been handed in, what hasn't been handed in, as well as ongoing grades. So the most updated version of that is always going to be available on Monday morning in case parents, guardians, students want to see what I have in the course so far. I'm going to post contact information in here. I work very hard to make sure that I help students out. If you have a question or concern or something's not working the way you want or you need a little extra practice or help, please email me or show up for the drop-in help sessions. I always want to work with students. Putting something off because you don't understand it is never a good way to go. Things just get backloaded to the end of the quarter or semester, and it becomes a source of anxiety for students. So if you have questions, if something's not working, if something's going on in your life, please don't hesitate to email me. I'm very responsive to email, and I will do my best to help you move forward and to meet your learning goals. I think this is a fun course. It's an ambitious course. There's a lot to learn, but it gives you an opportunity to really demonstrate your creativity and do it using digital software, which is really the way that most graphic designers work nowadays. And anything else you need to know about the course, we'll find out along the way. I'm looking forward to working with you again, and let's have some fun with it. So thanks for joining, and I hope to see you soon.